Hey folks, Mark here. Thanks very much for dropping by my channel, RC Aviation and Crawling. I sure do very much appreciate every viewer, every subscriber, and I also appreciate y'all what you all contribute to the community, your content and your support and your humor and everything. What a great community the RC community is. So we're looking at Pilot Mark and co-pilot Jimmy's little tiny house there, which we just freaking love. We love it. And we're out in the half-acre backyard, and there's my brother's beautiful house, beautiful home. Yes, here in Bend, Oregon. Now, this is a video that it's a special video for me. This is a very special video for me. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, can we get a little bit more light on this? Let's see if we can turn the box around a little bit like that. That's what we need. Okay, so this is, as you can see, the Volantex RC Mini Train Star 6-axis gyro easy flying trainer. And again, they remind you that it's a 6-axis gyro down here, and it's an RTF ready to fly. Now let me tell you something about this little airplane. This is the very first RC airplane that I ever had 5 years ago, and they still sell it for $89 currently on Amazon. This is the very first RC airplane I ever had, folks, and I think it's an ideal very first airplane. I really do. I think it's an ideal very first airplane, even better in my personal opinion than the wonderful Hobbyzone Carbon Cub S2 Micro. I think this is even easier to fly. It's certainly lighter. It's 3-channel, and so personally, I think this is ideal. Now, so I've got this model here. Now, if you look at the top of the box here, see all that dust? It's like really. Let's see if I can write my name. Yes, I could write my name. I'll write my initials, MT. All right, now this model is not my model. This is the model I learned on, not this specific individual model that we're looking at now, but this is the make and model, if you will, that I learned on, and it was, in my opinion, perfect. So I gave this to my brother for Christmas about 3-4 years ago. Hoping he might take an interest in it, but he had then no interest whatsoever in RC. No interest. I gave him a truck, and that was boring, which he told me, quite frankly, and I appreciated that. Yeah, and then I gave him this for Christmas, and this year for Christmas, in case he had any interest in flying, but he just didn't really have any interest in flying. And of course, he was very, very busy. He was working then. He was, has a wife and a family, and cars and homes to take care of, so he's very, very busy, but he just wasn't interested in flying at all. So this model here has sat in his house for about 3 years, and then maybe almost a year at his new house here. Okay. Now here's where it starts getting more interesting for me, and I hope you'll appreciate it yourself, lovers of the RC hobby. Recently, totally unexpectedly, my brother said he wanted to learn how to fly. What? Yes, because I love the hobby, and who more fun to share it with than your own brother, all right? And I think he'd love it. So that's fantastic. Okay, so he just expressed an interest. Yay. He already has this trainer plane. Yay. So the next step is this plane's been sitting in the box for about 3-4 years. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up now, and I'm going to show it to y'all just for fun. And if you know somebody who wants to learn to fly, I sure recommend this. $89, amazingly low price point, ready to fly. I think it's the perfect ideal trainer. Very simple, very light. So getting any kind of crash damage, that would be pretty hard to do. It's so light, it would be pretty hard to damage this airplane. It flies very well, in my opinion. And of course, it comes with everything you need. It's a very compact little package to bring in the car, something like that. So, like I said, let's open this up and take a look at it. And I'm going to charge the battery up. And I hope it's still good after all these years of sitting. And I'm going to charge the battery up while the phone is... I use my cell phone for my video camera until I can find a good video camera. So I'll go ahead and put the video camera on hold while the battery's charging. And then we'll come out and see if we can do a little flight test in the backyard here. Maybe in front of the house. We'll see. But we'll certainly at least do some ground testing and stuff like that. So that's the deal. So let's look it up. Let's open it up. Got myself a little dust cloth here, so we might as well undust this RC airplane. And we can take a look at the rest of the box. Let's see, nothing terribly interesting there. By the way, this is model number, Voluntex model 761-1. Now, the Voluntex models, they were very, very popular when I started flying. And this was my first airplane. My second airplane was the WL Toys little tiny Cessna. I can't remember the model number. And then my third one was made by Voluntex. It was 800 millimeter wingspan, brushed motor, Super Cub. Okay. Then they came out with a brushless version, 4-channel. The first one was a 3-channel, so I got that. And that Voluntex Super Cub 800 millimeter 4-channel, that got me started on 4-channel flying. Excuse me, was it 4-channel? No, it was 3-channel. It was 3-channel. It was still a yank and bank. Nothing but throttle on the left stick, nothing but elevator and rudder on the right stick, as I recall. So yeah, so I have a lot of history with these Voluntex models, and that brushed and the brushless models of the Super Cub. Gosh, those were fantastic. I was even able to carry a micro FPV camera and antenna and video transmitter on that plane. Okay, so anyway, let's see. It's a 310 millimeter length, 400 millimeter wingspan. Oh, I just said 600 millimeter. Wrong-o, 400. Okay. That means my Super Cub was, I think it was 800. Anyway, forget that. All right, that only weighs 35 grams. You've got a coreless motor. Don't know what that is. You got two 2-gram servos, and you've got a 3.7 volt, 180 milliamp hour battery. Okay, I've crashed this plenty of times when I was learning. I flew it in a lot of wind. I even flew it in, a little bit of rain, mist. The mist started coming in, and I kept flying this a little bit. Okay, and there's, you can see the plane in there through the packaging. 6-axis gyro control, durable, 2.4 gigahertz radio system. That's pretty cool. All right. I'll tell you, folks, this is a little model kick. All right, let's open her up. Yeah, I think what we'll do is see if we can just do some real simple flying in front of the house. There's streets here. There's no telephone poles or wires. There's no power lines or wires. There's no telephone poles or wires, and it's extremely quiet neighborhood, extremely. So we ought to be able to do something with this here after I charge the battery. All right, so let's see. Am I pulling this out right side up? No, I'm doing it right. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I tell you about, folks, this airplane is the airplane that changed my life, because this is the airplane that brought me into the RC hobby and taught me that I could do it. I could fly. I could learn to fly. All right. So, okay, that's on a little radio, RTF radio. Oh, some things are falling out here. We got our. All right, so let's get organized. Okay, there's our little wire landing gear struts and wheels, kind of like the Willows landing gear set. Not a whole lot to them. There's some sunlight, a little bit of sunlight, so we can see it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so we got that piece of foam. Let's put it over here. Here we've got some little small parts. Here we've got a spare prop. And we've got your USB charger for the itty-bitty battery. All right, put that over there. Because we don't need to see the little thing there. This is really exciting, folks. This airplane means a lot to me, a lot of sentimental value, because it's the first thing I ever flew in my life. And the fact that my brother's going to use it to do the same thing is fantastic. He said eventually. Now, he did say today eventually, which means, probably not right away, but I'm hoping to get the seed, I'm hoping to germinate the seed of interest. Okay, so there's your little Voluntex RTF radio. There's your antenna. Okay, so we've got an adjustable antenna. All right, you got your modes there. Expert, mid, 2 Ds. Expert, mid, and beginner, right there. There we go. Focusing. Not focusing. Ready. On the camera. Here we go. There we go. All right, so we're in expert mode. Intermediate mode, beginner mode. That's for these 6-axis gyros. All right, they got little metal sticks. I think it's probably plastic simulated though. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's. Let's see. I think I said wrong earlier. So on this, you've got your throttle, you've got your rudder, and this has elevator only, no ailerons. I think. Yeah, it works. I mean, this radio, as you can see, has a 4-channel capability, but this is not a 4-channel plane, as I recall. So I think you're using this for throttle only this for a rudder and elevator, but we'll find out in a minute. It's hilarious trying to recall how my first airplane flew. All right, so let's put that up like that. All right, delete it. There we go. Okay, and then I've got the airplane. No, upside down. All right, there we go. All right, so that's what the little piece of foam was from. This was in here, keeping the plane safely in place. So if I pull that up, throw that over here, and there's a little aircraft right here. As you can see, it's extremely well packaged. I mean, really, extremely well packaged. That's probably even better than my E-Flight planes are packaged. Here's another deal to take out. This is really fun, folks, for me. I'm telling you. Hope it's fun for you. All right, let's bring her out. Up. There she is. All right, let's set this airplane here. Cute little stuff on the top of a looking wheel. Anything under here? Nothing under here. All right, so we'll go ahead and put this over here. The can of soup is my high-tech phone lean the phone against it tool right there. So we'll use that tool right now. All right, we're gonna use that tool right now, folks. Pick up the soup. Oh yes, folks, nothing but video technology here. All right. Oh, folks. Oh boy. Can I make this phone stay there? I don't know. No. Okay. All right. Okay, for crying out loud. All right, so okay, folks. Here's the battery. Let me put my glasses on. Folks. All right. So here's the battery, the radio. Put this back here, maybe about like that. All right, and then here's our battery, which is I think I already said what it was because the box said. Yeah, it's a little 3.7 volt, 180 milliamp hour. Okay, here's a little guy. All right, and here's our landing gear here. I did my first landing gear takeoffs and landings ever with this airplane. Okay, so let's see if these little tires spin. Make sure they're loose. They do. How about this one? It was tight, but now we're loosening it up. Still pretty tight. We'll loosen up the little plastic dealio here that, yeah. If your tires don't spin, you can't do a takeoff from the ground. Let's see. Okay, we're getting there. All right, well, let's see. Really would like to be able to take off from the landing gear, wouldn't I? Yes, I would. Trying to spread things out a little bit here to make it looser. Okay, I think we may have it going on now. I don't know. Tight. Okay. Put a little bit of nose lubricant on here. My grandfather taught me that. Wipe your nose, and there's an oil there that you can use for keeping your fishing flies floating in the water when you're using dry flies. Okay, well, I can't get that to tighten up, so we'll probably have to hand launch. But we'll go ahead and install the landing gear. There's a place for it. Right there. Plastic reinforced, so we'll just compress that, push it in, and kind of wiggle it up in there a little bit. Okay, I guess that's it. All right, and we're going to adjust those because those are a little funky, so let's spread this out a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll be hand launching this, folks, because I don't think this tire over here is not rolling worth beans. The other one's rolling pretty good. Yeah. All right, folks, we're not going to be able to get this to roll, unfortunately. Oh, it's the little things that get that hold you up, isn't it? Sometimes the little things hold the person up. Right then. We're not going to be able to do anything with that. So, all right. Put this like this. Over here. Just like this. So there she is. All right, so there's her. So there's the airplane ready for flight, with their way oversized landing gear struts. Look at that. Whoa, she got a good nose up attitude. She's not likely to nose over. Okay, she got a little red spinner on there. That's cool. And red white paint job, simulated windows. Got a little tail wheel there. Okay. Tail wheel will turn. Let's see. Tail wheel turns. This left one here won't. Well, I'll fix that off camera. Okay, so there's the plane. There's the RTF transmitter. And there's the battery and charger. So I'm going to go ahead and charge that battery. And I think we'll bring her out in front of the house and do a little flight with it. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey folks, there's her little tiny battery there charging and her charger. Center screen plugged in. Wait for that to charge, and there's the light. When the light goes out, we'll do a maiden. All right. All right, folks, we got the little a mini train star here. Charged the battery. I've got the radio switch set at beginner mode. My left stick is throttle stick is neutral. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the radio now, which takes 4 AA batteries, like they all do, I guess. Anyway, mostly. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect the battery. You can see the lead hanging down up there. So let's go ahead and turn on the radio right now. The little included RTF radio, which is 2.4 gig. All right, you heard that little indicator sound alert, and we got a solid bright red light. All right, so taking me a while, folks. Sorry. All right, folks. So there's no beeping or anything going on, but the radio's on. The airplane's plugged in. Let's see if we get any control. All right, look at this. We're getting a little tiny rudder. It's so cute. All right, we're getting some rudder. That is so cute. Side view. You get a hell of a lot of. Okay, first of all, my rudder trim looks good. I'll start with that. My elevator trim looks good, nice and neutral. Rudder trim looks good, also nice and neutral. Okay. All right, look at all this rudder. Now the rudder's on the right stick. Look at that. That's crazy. Are you seeing that? Of course you're seeing it. Oh my gosh. That's a crazy rudder amount. It's on beginner mode too. What happens on expert mode? It's even more. Okay, so we got beginner. Let's see, try to get beginner, intermediate, expert. Okay, let's look at our elevator in beginner mode. This is so fun, folks. This is, as I said, my first plane. Elevator up, elevator down, right in expert mode. Let's hold the elevator and see if it changes when we switch. Now, elevator is a full up elevator no matter what. Okay, so we're going to start off in beginner mode because that's what a beginner would do with this, like my brother Lance. So the left stick, when you move it side to side, it does nothing. So left stick is nothing but throttle. So I'm going to go ahead and be like a beginner, like I learned. I'll just do what I did when I learned with this plane. That is, I'll hold it, I'll With my left hand, I'll put the throttle up to, you know, the lowest speed I think I keep her in the air with, basically. And all I got to do is control the plane with my right stick. Forward, back to go up, down. Left, right to go left, right. All right, should we do it? First, let's do the customary RC Aviation and Crawling sort of ground startup sequence. Ready? Here we go. There's no throttle cut on here, so all right. Of course, we don't even know that this works. Okay, right. Oh, so now I remember that about the Voltex models. You heard that beep, and that was for me raising the stick and all the way and lowering it all the way, which actually arms the plane. Ready? Oh baby! Oh baby! Boy, there's not too much expo here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Am I going to hand launch this or try to take off from the street in front? Let's try the front. Let's start off with the front. Go past the rose bushes. Me and Jimmy's awesome planting house. Look, I'm planting lawn, folks. I know you didn't tune in for this, but I'm planting my own micro lawn. Tiny lawn in front of our tiny house. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh, we love it here. Me and Jimmy. Okay, let's go up here and see if these. I tried to loosen up these tires so they would roll, and we could do a street takeoff. Even though, as a beginner, a person would not do that. Since I'm not a beginner, I'm going to go ahead and do a ground takeoff just to show you that you can. Ground takeoff and landing. My very first ground takeoff, after I first learned to hand launch and fly, was with this airplane. Here are the gyros. Hey, look at that! Look at over here. All right. Gyros are working, baby. Okay. I'm going out to the street. Out to the street. Uh-oh. There I go singing when I'm happy again. Must be irritating himself for the viewing public. Right. There's the mobile RC airplane hangar and crawler garage. Oh yeah. She's still going. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun with this little girl. Let's have some fun with this little bird. Well, she's got a lot of throw for an absolute beginner airplane. All right, let's see what things look like out here. All right. See what things look like out here. All right, it's a very quiet street. As you can see, no power lines, no telephone lines. I gotta make sure I stay away from everybody and everybody's property and stuff like that. So let's see what happens here. Which way is the wind blowing? As usual, let's see. Wind's blowing from this way, so I'll have to take off into the sun. But I'm gonna keep it super low and just do little circuits over here. Actually, do circuits over the driveway, maybe. Let's find out. Let's come down here and see if we can do that. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. Oops, here we go. Maiden flight of my brother's airplane. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. All right, I landed it on the curb because I wasn't getting any turning. Why? I was trying to turn with my left stick, folks. I was trying to rudder turn with my left stick, and my left stick doesn't have a rudder on this model. All right, so let's do it this way instead. Do it this way. Over here, see if we can do it. Let's see. This way is better, even though it's not up into the wind. Let's try it. Okay, we got a little bit of event landing gear. Okay. She did take off though. Yeah, that's impressive. She did take off. Oh, man, what the hell? Okay, folks, I just screwed up everything, but I can fix it. There we go. One. We're still recording. We are. This back in here. This back in here. And we're ready to go. Okay? Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so try it again. Try this again. We're still recording this here. Okay, so see if we can take off and turn around. So I can use my right stick to turn. It's hard to get used to. Oh, jeez, it's hard to get used to. There she goes. But she wants to take off on the wheels real bad, real good. On the tires. Okay, so now she's steering way over to the right, so we gotta fix that. Now I gotta try to balance the radio without it falling over. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna move this over a little bit like that. Okay, folks, let's try this and see if we can get her in the air. That's a beginner plane, I ought to be able to. Alright, here we go, let's see. Alright, so steering with the right. It's gonna be so funny. Try to remember that. Here we go. Okay, it's not very good. I'll tell you what, I'm in beginner mode, folks, and I think it's too much of a beginner. Plus, I'm downwind, so let's try it this way. Let's go to expert mode. So called. Alright, now Let's see if I can fly it over to my brother's house. Crazy little airplane. Okay, so we're gonna go up there that way. Ready? All right, so. Okay, you know what that tells me? Now, I mentioned before that there's no mention of CG on this model. And there's no instructions. So let me see if I can determine which way she needs to go to get the CG better. Let's see if we can use, I think she's tail heavy. Tail heavy. Okay, let's fix this. Fix it. Fix it. All right. Fix this. Holy cow, it's hilarious. Total beginner airplane and I can't get it to fly. That's funny. Okay, let's put it all the way forward. Now, all the way forward. Oh, everything's got to be a little bit of a hassle here, doesn't it, when you're filming? Okay, let's see what happens with this. And I just don't know. This looks awfully sketchy, generally speaking. Maybe she doesn't like the landing gear. Maybe the landing gear. Okay, sorry, folks. My camera's falling off the radio while I'm trying to video, and everything going, it's going 100% wrong. But I shall not quit. Okay, here we go. Should we try this one more time? I don't think. Should we see if we can get this damn thing in here? Let's see if we can do it. I don't know, folks. I think we can do it. All right, you ready? Oh my gosh. Here I am, 4 years of varsity flying experience with airplanes and helicopters, and can't get this strange plane to fly. Here we go. See what happens here. Folks. Okay. Well, there's your 6G beginner mode for you, folks. Really, this is a little bit weird. All right, let's try this. I seem to have lost my landing gear. I did. So let's. My camera's about to fall off. So let's put this in there. All right, now let's see about flying this plane without the stinking landing gear. The battery's all the way forward, and I just don't think going back is what we need. Let's go in the back. Let's continue this in the backyard, folks. So that when we crash, as apparently we're going to do, it'll be on the grass. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, folks. I'm looking at this teeny tiny itty bitty hole for the rudder, and I'm in the middle hole. I think it's too much. It should be on the outer hole. That's hilarious. I'm looking at tweaking the horn, you know, the elevator horn position and stuff. Let's look at this here down here. This is crazy. I mean, okay, let's see if it's the landing gear. Let's start with that. So we're gonna go back into extrovert mode for maximum control, theoretically. Okay, and then we're gonna just hand launch. I can hit the throttle with my chin and throw it and see what happens. Ready? Here we go. I want to go low, slow. No, folks, this is the most. Okay, this is a complete and total failure. Complete and total. All right, let's try this. Okay, so it's in 6G. Okay, let's put it in beginner mode, gyro mode, launch it, hands off the control, see what it does. Ready? I can fly it. That way. You can't see it on the camera, but I'm flying it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, whoa. Okay, I think probably absolutely none of that was on camera. Let's try this again. Now I'm gonna hand launch, nearly full throttle, gyro mode, and then just using the left stick for turning. Here we go. What a win now. Oh my gosh, folks. Uh-oh. Hey, that was a good landing. Folks. All right, so note to self, forget the landing gear when you're flying this. I'm also in the sun. Hey, this is actually starting to fly pretty good, folks. Let's try it again. There's those, see? There's those servos working again. Okay, maybe too much servo. So let's see if we can do circles here. Oh, not enough throttle. Try it again. Try it again. Try it again. All right, folks. Well, is the camera falling off the phone again? Folks, have you ever experienced such a shoddy video production in your life? That's because. Okay, we got to get a couple circuits done with this plane. We got to. Okay. Now, this is a beginner plane, supposedly. Of course, when I do it with my brother, I'll be at the big, huge park. But let's try this again. Ready? It's hard to do this, but that's all right. There you go. I keep trying to steer with the left stick, ladies and gents. 4-channel flying. All right, we're going to go to so-called expert mode. Probably a big mistake. There's no gyros. No gyros in expert mode, see? No noise. Let's see what that does for us or against us. All right, so right stick only. Well, I'm no expert with this plane. Let's go back to beginner mode. Well, this is going to be quite the embarrassment if I post this, isn't it? I got some circuits. Come on. We can do this. Beginner mode. Use the right stick only. Here we go. She really wants full throttle. Oh, tree. You can hit the tree. Not. Oh, she did hit the tree. Oh, she stuck in the tree. Shoes. After finally getting her to fly really good, she's not in the tree. Where is she? Let's see. Can you see her? Damn it, tail. Just had to do that, didn't I? Oh, here, let's go here. Well, she's got her wing in such a way and her fuse that she's not coming down anytime soon. Is that her there? No. Right. Oh, there she is. Oh no. Oh no, folks. Alright, so we got the tree. And up here we got trouble in the boat's falling out, but we don't need the radio now. Because, I just hit the throttle. Damn it. Alright. There she is, stuck in the tree. The prop is clear. Yep. The prop is clear. Where's she? Right here. Uh-oh, but it's bent. It's spinning crookedly big time. May just be the spinner. And we still got elevator. Yep. Yeah, we got all of our servos still working. So I just got to climb up that tree and get it. You want to see this? I'm going to fall down and break my neck now. Well, folks. All right then. Well, it turns out I'm not even good enough to. I'm not even. Can I start over? Take two. It turns out my skills are below even beginner level as a pilot because I can't even fly this rank beginner plane, nor can I get any focusing from my camera. See that? Oh boy. There she is. Well, shoot. I could shinny up to the bottom limb here. I could get up on those limbs, but the trouble is I couldn't really do anything once I got near the plane. Where is she? Once I got near the plane, see, I couldn't get out on the limb that leads to the plane because I'd fall down. It's just not strong enough, I don't think. And she's wedged in there. See that? See how she's wedged in between crisscrosses of branches and stuff? Damn it. All right, folks. Well, okay then. Well, gee whiz. What am I gonna do? I gotta do something. I can't fly it out of there. I can't. Meaning I can't just yank, jerk the throttle and get it to come out of there. There's nothing I can do except for climb up there. I'll have to think about it. All right then. Well, now Pilot Mark walks back to the tiny house in shame. That's right. Oh, let me get the zooming off of this. Zoom off. That's right. Pilot Mark is now walking back to the tiny house with his head hanging low in shame. I failed at flying a rank beginner airplane. Okay. Alright then. Well, that's the end of my channel. I'm stopping my channel, shutting down. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright then, folks. One beginner radio on the ground. One beginner airplane in the tree. So, I guess like I said, if I can't fly this, which apparently I can't, then I'm an even worse flyer than a beginner. So there you go. To be honest with you, if I had more room, it wouldn't happen. But I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I really wanted to make this video. All right. Well, the important thing is about the plane being a great trainer, in my opinion, but a great first plane. And maybe you'll have some interest in the sentimental value it has for me because I've learned on it. And if it was on camera, which is doubtful. But you may have seen it flying very nice and smoothly. But maybe not. All right, see ya. Bye.